Hello and welcome to Technically Analytics. In today's episode, which might be actually be two episodes because we're talking about this year's MLB trade deadline, I'm going to be grading every team based on their deadline haul, or in some cases sell off, or in some cases nothing. I'm going to be grading every team, and we're going to see what I grade them and if you agree. So at the end of the video, make sure to comment if you agree or disagree with your team's grade or with any team's grade. If you think I'm crazy for giving, let's say, the Angels a D, but you thought it was like at least a B, then, let me know. Let me know in the comments. So we're going to get started with the criteria because I figured, like, if I just give them, like, a random grade that means nothing, no one's going to care. Like, what does it matter, right? Like, who am I? Nobody. So the criteria is going to be right here. Did the team get better now or in the future? And I made a little rubric here, because this is like school, kind of. I'm a nerd. But anyway, so A, much better, so meaning they improved their team a lot. They had a huge improvement. They got what they needed. They filled their holes. Pause. And then, or B, they got better. So, they filled some holes, but they didn't fill all of them. C, slightly better. They maybe got better on the margins. Maybe it was an improvement, but it wasn't like a big improvement. And then D, no change. And F, obviously got worse. Made their team worse. Now, what's their record in the standings, in the hunt, or out of the playoffs? So this I kind of added because I was like, I need something else. I need another thing to kind of make a category out of, or make some kind of grading system out of. So I figured, like, yeah, let's do in and out of playoffs. And I was like, all right, how's that going to work in my grading system? So I decided that minus is out of playoffs. So if they're out of the playoff race, they're in last place. You're the Rockies, right? And, and you got, let's say, I don't know what the Rockies are going to get. Probably probably a D or an F, I would assume. But but my example was basically if a team got better, B, right? If they got a B, they got better. They filled some holes, and they're in the playoffs. That's a B plus, right? Now, obviously, some teams maybe could just have like now you could just do like a regular B, I guess, for some teams, but most teams are either in or out of the playoff hunt. Some teams may be in the middle, but for the most part, yeah, they're really going to be in or out. And, it depends on where they're in the division and the wild card and all that. So let's get started right away with the Athletics, the only team without a city. So the Athletics were active at the deadline. Unfortunately, they were not active in the way that you might like them to be active, but they did, I would say right off the bat, they got better for the future. Now, we'll talk about the Padres side later, but the thing is, the Athletics traded for a bunch of prospects, right? They got the number 3 prospect, they got the number 13 prospect, the number 17 prospect. They got a few other ones too, I believe, in this trade. But those are the big ones, and these guys are supposed to be like major league ready. And they traded away their closer and a starter. Mason Miller was really good. We'll talk about what his impact for the Padres will be later. But as for the Athletics, right, like they really didn't add many people to their roster. Like when you look at the guy they added on their major league roster was Eduardo Nunez. So yeah, I mean, and he was part of the trade with San Diego. So he's the only really major league ready guy that's been added. So I don't know. I mean, I would say, according to my rubric, I would say they definitely got better for the future, right? But they did trade away their best player, Mason Miller. I would say maybe like a C. And let's see, what are they? Are they in the playoffs? And again, look at their bullpen. Not very good, right? 29 ERA, 28th in WHIP, 30th in walks, 6th in Ks per 9. But I mean, honestly, that's Mason Miller probably mostly. Hits per 9, 25. Yeah, I would say they probably didn't get better, honestly. But for the future, they did because they got a lot of good prospects in their system now. They're 49 and 63 currently, so I'm gonna give them. So it's a minus for sure. So yeah, it's they're gonna be a C minus for me. I know that prospects can be kind of like maybe it won't work out, maybe it will, but I'm gonna say slightly better. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt that at least one of those prospects will work out better than Mason Miller will have. I bet you the war on that trade is gonna be so crooked because, I mean, he's gonna rack up so much war in just like a half a season, 2 months, and he's with a contending team in the Padres who are going to be in the playoffs. So, yeah, it's an interesting trade, and that's like the only, I believe that's like the only trade they really made. There might be some minor ones that they did, but nothing that affected the major league roster really. So yeah, we're gonna move on to the Baltimore Orioles. Now, the Orioles are in last place. They did sell off, which was to be expected, I think. And they didn't acquire, I would say immediately they got better for the future. They didn't acquire anybody, I don't believe, back in the trades. They acquired Alex Johnson from the Yankees. And they acquired Grant Wolfram from the Brewers. Yeah. So they didn't really acquire anybody. They did trade a lot of guys away. So they got better for the future. I don't know what kind of... Let's check out the prospects they got. Let's see. Is there any on here that are big? Who was it? The Padres traded for these guys. Oh, yeah. The Padres traded 6 prospects. It doesn't say... Wait. Does it say that... Can I... I need to see what prospects they are. And they also got prospects from the Mets too, by the way, because the Mets traded for Cedric Mullins. So they got, let's see, they got a 6th prospect, 12th prospect, 29th prospect from the Padres, and they got a oh, my computer is being stupid. Okay, hold on. Technical difficulties. Well, anyway, they got good prospects from there, and they got a few prospects from the Mets as well, I believe. 14 and 30. Okay, not as much, but and then they got I think that's it. So, okay. So the Orioles, let's see. So they definitely got better for the future. I'm going to give them sorry for the technical difficulties. I don't know what happened there. I'm going to give them better for the future, and they're out of the playoffs. So yeah, C minus. Because, I mean, it's a classic sell-off. They got prospects at least, but it's not great, right? It's not like they didn't improve their team right now, and yeah. So yeah, I'm happy with that, honestly. Now the Red Sox had kind of an interesting time, they traded for Devers a while ago, like a month ago, or over a month ago now. They're currently in second place, four games behind the Blue Jays. I believe they still are in the wild card, so they're still in the hunt. They traded Rafael Devers to the Giants, right? So we have to take that into account. And then they did some other moves. They traded... Let's see. Who else? Did they trade for anybody? Oh, yeah, they traded for Dustin May. That's right. Dustin May. That's a pretty big trade. And then they traded a bunch of other guys. They traded for Steven Matz from the Cardinals, Jordan Hicks from the Giants, and Jorge Alcala from the Minnesota Twins, who traded a lot of people. We'll get to them. But so looking at this, I mean, I do like the Dustin May trade. I believe that's also here somewhere. So they traded for from the Dodgers for outfielder James Tibbs and Zach Earnhardt. Tibbs, 22-year-old outfielder. Oh, they actually acquired him. Okay, so they traded their 5th and they traded their interesting. All right, so I would say for the Red Sox, this is a tough one because they did trade away Devers and they did. I would say maybe they're slightly better. I mean, it's kind of arguable. I mean, they did revamp their bullpen at least. Like their bullpen, let's see. I mean, their bullpen wasn't bad though. Like I don't know. They needed started pitching, so I guess they actually. You know what? I'm gonna be nice to the Red Sox. They're in the playoffs. Hunt. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna give them a B. I think actually because they did address a need in starting pitching, and it's a B plus because. Oops. It's a B plus because they did address a need. So yeah, even though they traded away Devers, it's kind of. I mean, it's kind of poopy, but I guess they got better. And next, the White Sox. Now, the White Sox were supposed to be a big seller in this deadline, but they ended up not. I don't think they did much at all. I mean, they traded for 2024. Yeah, I don't think they did anything. Oh, no, they traded for Aaron Savali in June. All right, I mean, that's fine. Yeah, they ended up not really trading many people at all, so. I mean, so I would give the White Sox literally. They're gonna just get, and they're out, I believe they're out of the playoffs, right? Yeah, they're out. yeah. But more importantly, though, they actually got they're gonna get a D minus because they didn't trade anybody, but they also didn't add anybody, so it kind of like. It's kind of no change, right? Like they're not better, but they're not worse though. So it's okay. Like I expected them to trade Luis Robert. I expected them to trade a few other guys too, but they didn't do anything. So that's fine. Have it your way, White Sox. Keep your treasure. All right. So we have the Guardians, the Guard Dogs. They're in second place. 8 games out. I don't know how they're doing in the wild card. Not so good, it looks like. 17% chance to make playoff. Now, the Guardians did trade away Shane Bieber. Right here, I'm looking at it. And did they acquire... They must have acquired some people for him. That was a pretty big trade. They traded with... Nope, that's 24. Let's see. They didn't trade for anybody in the majors, looks like. Yeah. So it looks like they basically just traded away. Oh yeah, they traded Paul Sewell to the Tigers for cash. Oh yeah, it was Bieber to the Blue Jays for Kyle Steven, another starting pitcher. And apparently this Kyle Steven's gonna be really good. When they get him up to the majors, he has that same kind of. He has the same kind of like thing that the Guardians like, you know, the same kind of command and same kind of makeup basically that they like in a pitcher. And you can see here he's already striking out 9 Ks per 9, 1 walk per 9. Yeah, he's already that kind of guy. I mean, look at that BABIP, just ERA 2.06, FIP 2.65. Like the guy is already great, and he's only in Double-A, so yeah, they're gonna be. The problem is though, right? They didn't really fill a lot of needs. They just traded away from a strength, you might call it, right? And Bieber was coming off Tommy John, I believe, or Cy Young, or Tommy John. Yeah, Tommy John. So I'm gonna say they got better for the future, but like this is a C minus, like kind of just barely. Like I would almost say no change, but it's almost worse, but they got better for the future. At least they got something back. Now the Tigers are doing very well in their division. They're first, 65-47. They definitely went for it at the deadline. They acquired they acquired some guys. They acquired Charlie Morton from Baltimore, so that's another thing for Baltimore. They got some guys from that. They acquired Chris Paddock from the Twins, and they acquired. Let's see. They acquired Kyle Finnegan from the Nationals. That was a great trade. Was that on this list? It might not have been. It was kind of early on. Whereas, yeah, there's the Tigers Paul Sewell trade. Well, it's fine. But anyway, I do like it. I don't know. I don't see it now. It was like forever ago. Let's see. Nope, that's from before. I don't see it. But anyway, it's a good, regardless of the fact, oh yeah, they also traded for Rafael Montero. So they upgraded let's just say this, they upgraded their bullpen, they upgraded their starting pitching, and they didn't do much with their offense, interestingly. Though they could have probably done something, right? Yeah, they could have done something with it, because I feel like, actually, you know what, their bullpen, I think they got better, actually. Like, this is for me, this is like a B+. Yeah. B+, because they upgraded positions that they needed, and I don't think it doesn't look like they gave up too much. I mean, I can't find the Finnegan one unless I can click on this. I feel like this was the biggest trade. Kyle Finnegan, good closer for the Nationals. Yeah. For Josh Randall, RJ Sales, yeah, I don't know those guys. So I think this is a good trade regardless. I mean, because I know some people like to hold on to prospects, but like, I mean, if you're in first and you could win the division and you're in it, like, it doesn't matter. Trade them out. And it doesn't look like those guys are listed here either. So I think it's a good. They had a good deadline. Next team. The Houston Astros. The Astros did a pretty big trade. They had some injuries. Isaac Paredes went down. Jeremy Pena went down. So they got back their guy, Carlos Correa. They also traded for Jesus Sanchez from the Marlins. And they also traded for Ramon Urias and from Baltimore. And that's it. They basically just worked on their offense, looks like. Which, yeah, their pitching's been pretty decent, and their hitting's been a little lacking. So they got Correa back. I mean, and the thing is, the Twins actually paid for most of Correa's contract, I believe. So Astros aren't first, so they're kind of, doing their thing, kind of struggling through the regular season, but they're just waiting for the playoffs. And with Correa back, I mean, who knows? Like, obviously, I think if Correa can be anything like he was before when he was in Houston, this is easily I mean, is it a B or is it an A? This is a tough one. Because Correa is good. Jesus Sanchez, has he been any good? I mean, I don't know. He's done. He's been 105 weighted runs cleared plus 1.2 WAR. Actually, you know what? It's an A. I mean, they have injuries right now, so it's an A+ because they are in the playoffs. And next we have the Kansas City Royals. Now, the Royals, they did make some moves, I believe. I don't remember what they are. Oh, yeah, did they make any moves? Oh, yeah, they traded for Mike Yastrzemski. Yes, Yastrzemski. Hard to say. They traded them with the Pirates for Bailey Falter. Kellen Moss. Honestly, I think, who else did they trade for? Oh, yeah, they traded for Randall Grichuk, Adam Frazier, and Ryan Bergert from the Padres, because the Padres traded for Freddie Fermin. And let's see, that's it, right? Oh, and they traded for Mark Canha apparently in March. Okay, that's March. All right, so do those players address their needs? Let's see. I mean, yeah, actually. I mean, I like Yastrzemski and Grichuk. Frazier, I mean, I don't know. Has they been any good? Like, not that one. Have they been any good? I mean, none of them have been amazing. I'll tell you that much. None of them have been amazing. But I respect it. I'm going to say they definitely got better. So it's going to be a B. Are they in the hunt? They're not really. Are they in the hunt? I mean, I need to get the standings up. We'll see. I mean, they're not really in the hunt. They're kind of one game below 500. So I think we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say B minus. I mean, no, B plus, because they're in the hunt. They tried to upgrade their lineup as best they could. I mean, with what they were willing. Oh, B plus. I mean, sorry, B plus, because they went for it. All right, they went for it. I respect it. I'm gonna respect teams that go for it like that. And so the next team's gonna be the Los Angeles Angels. Angels are in 4th place, well out of the playoffs, I would say. They did make some moves. They got They got some backups. Oswald Peraza from the Yankees. I don't remember that trade. For Wilberson, DePena, and an international bonus. Oh, that's probably a good trade. Peraza could be good. Kind of a fringe upgrade. Oh yeah, they traded for Luis Garcia. I remember that one, and Andrew Chafin. Let's see. Have you guys been any good though? Yeah, actually, I do like their bullpen upgrades. I'm not sure about this guy Peraza. He's kind of a backup still, kind of young. This is like a slightly better, maybe no change. I mean, they got better for the future, I guess. Yeah, I'll give them slightly better, and they're obviously kind of. I think they're out of the playoffs. Right? I just said they're 4th. Yeah, but what percent? Yeah, they're All right. I mean, C minus. That's kind of unfortunate, right? Oh, I probably should do uppercase. The Minnesota Twins. Oh boy. The Twins are interesting, to say the least. They're interesting because they're out of the playoff hunt, right? They traded away pretty much everybody. Like we just talked about, Carlos Correa got traded. They got in return Alan Rodon, left fielder, because they traded away pretty much everybody. Like their team is just. I mean, they kept most of the good players, like the players that were like young and controllable, but they traded away Joan Duran. They traded away a bunch of other people. Like if you look at this list here, it's all Twins. Like, yeah, they traded away Harrison Bader. They got Henry Mendez and Jeremy Villoria, number 12 prospect, and yeah, rookie level. Doesn't say what Villoria. Oh, he's a 17-year-old. Okay, so that's a little bit risky, but and then they traded who else? Oh yeah, the Phillies one. Where is that? Let's see. The Phillies. Here we go. They traded for the Phillies' 2nd ranked prospect and 6th ranked prospect, or 4 and 6. Yeah, 4 and 6, I think. Something like that. It really, the Durant trade was huge. I mean, they got really good prospects in return, so actually they got better for the future, I think. And but the problem is they traded away a lot more talent than they traded, because a lot of the relievers they traded away too. I don't remember all their names. Like, there's so many of them. It's just, I'm not trying to spend all the time on this one, but they traded away a lot of players. Yeah. So I'm gonna give them. This is a tough one because they're out of the playoffs. They're only in what, like 4th, right? Yeah, 4th place. Who? I mean, they got better for the future, but like I feel like, yeah, I guess a C-. I mean, they really did like a full sell-off. Like, I don't know. I'm tempted to give them got worse because, like, who knows if this process will work out or no change or something. Because they got no one back that can, like, play. Like, they got one guy back that they can actually play right now. So this is a tough one. Might be kind of harsh to give them, like, an F, but it's very tempting. Yeah, they got this guy back. And other than that, like, who, you know? I mean, their team is still, I mean, kind of decimated, right? Like, they kind of decimated their bullpen as well. Yeah, I'm going to give them a D. I'm going to give them a, I'm going to give them a C because they did get better. They got really good prospects. And then we have the Yankees. So the Yankees were pretty active at the deadline. At first, they were pretty slow, but they got active. They acquired Ryan McMahon, first of all, from the Rockies. And I think they overpaid for him a little bit. And then they got Jose Caballero, Ahmed Rosario, Austin Slater. They acquired a bunch of bullpen guys, David Bednar, Camilo Duvall, Jake Bird. So they got a lot of guys that kind of, I think they overpaid for some of them. But when you look at their rankings and stuff, like, you can see they needed to upgrade their bullpen. They needed to upgrade their starting pitching, which they really didn't do. But they needed to upgrade their bullpen big time, and they did also upgrade their lineup. So, in some way. So, I mean, for the Yankees, like, they gave up a lot. Like, if you look here, the trades that they had, like Jose Caballero, they gave up Everson Pereira and a player to be named later. Caballero is a pretty good player. I mean, this trade doesn't bother me as much, but, like, they gave up a lot for Duvall. They gave up 4 prospects. And then there's another Twins trade from the Rays. And then they gave up 2 pretty good prospects for 8 and 21 for Ryan McMahon. And then for Bednar, they also gave up a pretty good haul too. They're 8 and 14. I guess 8 after he was other guy was traded for Bednar. So yeah, I mean, I think they got better. I'm gonna give them a B+. I mean, I think actually they're gonna get an A+ because what are they? They're in 3rd. They really went for it. They're still in the playoffs. They still have a pretty good chance to make it. And they really upgraded their bullpen a lot, which will help. But they didn't get starting pitching, so I mean, probably could have used that. But they're gonna get an A because they did go for it. They might have overpaid a little bit, I think. I'll say that. So the next team, the Mariners. Now the Mariners were also somewhat active, as they always are. And Mariners GM Jerry DiPoto, very, very active in the trades. 2nd place, so they're plus. So first of all, the trade for Josh Naylor, that was an early trade. They got Eugenio Suarez back. They used to have him. Remember when they used to have him? I remember. And then they did a little bullpen trade for the Pirates for Caleb Ferguson. And I mean, honestly, I like their deadline. I like Josh Naylor and Eugenio Suarez, both decent hitters. Well, more than decent. I mean, Suarez is 36 home runs. Naylor's been playing okay. I mean, we'll see the weighted runs could plus here. Yeah, 121. He's playing fine. So yeah, I really like their lineup. It's hitting. Whew. Look at that lineup, man. Everyone's crushing it. They got Cal Raleigh, they got Eugenio Suarez, they got Josh Naylor, Julio Rodriguez, Randy Rosarena. Like they're ready to go, man. I mean, it is like it's crazy because they already have really good pitching. So I guess they really didn't need to upgrade their pitching too much. They got some extra help in the bullpen, but man, woo! I like this. They're gonna get 2 power bats. I mean, I don't know what more they could have done, honestly. Like, what Mariners fans, let me know. But it's gonna be an A+ for me because they just got like batting guy, and I mean they're going for it. They're chasing the Astros, so they had to go for it. So yeah, like wow. So the Tampa Bay Rays, they are in 4th place. The Rays, I don't know what they were doing, honestly. They did make some moves. They traded for Nick Fortes from Miami. They traded for Hunter Fiducia, or I don't know if I said that right, from the Dodgers. And they traded for Joel Boyle, Adrian Hauser. They traded for Jax Griffin, Mason Engler, Brian Baker, and yeah. So those. Oh wait, well, Inger was already there in February, but all right. So Breaker, Jax Griffin was probably their biggest acquisition, I would say, outside of Nick Fortes. Unfortunately for the Rays, I don't think they did enough. I mean, they're not really in the playoffs, right? They're kind of like, I mean, 9%. They're pretty far out, I think. Let's see. What are we going to give them? Like, I do like, I mean, Nick Fortes, I don't know if he's just like a catching guy or if he can hit or what. Let's see, can he hit? No. So he's just a catching guy. Okay, so, right. This guy, just a backup. Jax Griffin, really good, or he was good. So, I'm going to say, after 2 A+, by the way, I'm going to say no change. Yeah, D-. No change. They didn't get worse, but they didn't get, like, way better. Oh, whoops, did I put the grade in the Blue Jays thing? Oop. That's that's stupid. Okay. Rangers, your 2023 World Series champions. Let's see. The Rangers made some moves. They did. They only made, I think, just one move, maybe. They traded for, oh no, they made a few. I forgot. They made, the biggest move they made was Merrill Kelly from the Diamondbacks. I don't know what they gave up for that. Here we go. Cole Drake, David Hegman, Mitch Bratt. Don't say their rankings, but I do like the trade. I like Merrill Kelly. He's pretty good. I mean, at least last I checked, he was pretty good. They didn't upgrade their lineup, interestingly, but they did focus on their pitching and their bullpen, which, you know, actually their bullpen, I mean, I think they should have focused on their lineup a little more because look at that. 28, 28, 28, 22, 18. I mean, you know, go, all right, do you, I guess. Anyway, they got Phil Maton from the Cardinals. They got Danny Colomb from the Twins, another Twin, and that's all they wrote there. So I'm gonna say they got slightly better. I do like the bullpen upgrades. I mean, can never hurt to have extra bullpen. Danny Colom's been killing it. Merrill Kelly's a really good starting pitching acquisition. I'll give him that one. I'll give him that one for sure. So I'm gonna give them. And are they in the playoffs? I don't know. I know they're in third. I think third. Yeah, they're still in it. So plus. So they're gonna get C plus. They're slightly better. I feel like they could have done more, but yeah, you know the drill. So next up, we have the Toronto Blue Jays, who are in first place by 4 games. And they traded for Mr. Shane Bieber. First and foremost, he's hurt right now. He's here, though, right here. Shane Bieber. So I do like that. Come off of Tommy John. They also traded for some bullpen pieces. Louis Varland, Sir Anthony Dominguez, a pretty crazy trade. He got traded mid doubleheader. So at the one game he was with the Blue Jays, and then he was with the Orioles, and the next game he was with the Blue Jays. So pretty crazy. And then Miles Straw got traded for, and then they also got Ty France from Minnesota. So yeah, I mean, it's like, I would say for the Blue Jays, it seems like they got better, I would say. If I had to judge it, I'd say they got better. Shane Bieber, I mean, better for the future too, right? And they got some help in their bullpen, which I like. Both really good relievers, at least, especially Dominguez. He's in the playoffs. He's pretty good. If you remember the 23 playoffs, he's pretty good. So I do like it. They address their bullpen. They address their lineup. They address their starting pitching, at least in the future. So actually, it's good. I'm gonna give them better, a B plus. B plus. So really cool of them. And I'm gonna wrap up this part of the video, and I'm gonna do part 2 will be the NL. This probably will be a different video, part 2. So thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for part 2, which will be the National League.